Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Brelsford with the 420 MSP community, and I'm coming to you from a hacker house in Seattle, Washington, an undisclosed location. So I had to cut over to phone and kind of lower my voice. But that aside, we're continuing our mutual journey together, and arguably the hottest, fastest growing sector in North America. And part of that journey is I'm bumping into some very interesting people. You've already seen it up on our site with the CPA that we interviewed from Bend, Oregon. And so today we're at the end of the supply chain, and I like to think of it as the last foot in the whole process of supply chain management going from seed to sale. And we're clearly talking sale because I'm with Jim Remke from POS Remarketing Group out of Chicago. So, Jim, hello. How are you, sir?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Harry?
Good, good. I'm just, I'm keeping it real and trying to make it happen wherever I can. So Jim, I stopped by your booth last November at the MJ BizCon in Las Vegas and got on your list. And subsequently have gotten some emails in your group appear again. You're the last foot of the supply chain as we would view it. So please introduce yourself, a little bit about your background, but more importantly, what does your company do? Then I have a few questions for you.
Okay, yeah. So we're Point of Sale Remarketing Group. We started off about 15 years ago as a hardware refurbisher, specifically point of sale hardware. And along the way, we basically started to offer services. We offer new sales as well. Now we have a bunch of different partnerships. We do a lot of maintenance bundled around the sale of the hardware. So pretty much complete life cycle maintenance from, anything from configuring and installations all the way to decommissioning and doing things like e-waste recycling and data destruction at the end of the life cycle. So really, our value add is all the services around the sale of the hardware and the maintenance of the hardware. And beyond that, it's new sales or possibly parts or possibly refurbished sales as well.
So I'm on your page, and I'm beneath us. There's a screenshot of it for people to see, and you have a drop-down menu under markets, and it's called the Cannabis Dispensary POS. And you speak towards your play in this space. That we can see. Tell me, how did you get into this particular vertical?
It was something actually that started to pique my interest through some friends, actually. I had some friends that moved out to Colorado. I had one friend in particular who had been working with Canadian cannabis groups a long time before this is going 10 years back, probably. Way before their legalization, and he started to work as a consultant towards some people that were wanting to get into this industry. And what happened was, I realized, well, this is interesting. As it's progressing, I realized there's a fit for our company to eventually have a play here once all these dispensaries get up and going. So I just started to talk to some people and network, and then talking with some of our partners too, and seeing what they knew, what they could tell me about it. And at some point, it was just getting a group together that thought, yeah, this is a good idea, and figuring out some steps towards a strategy. So we went to some shows. We are trying to do things like put landing pages up with information and, different types of pieces of marketing material and stuff like that. Email blasts, like you mentioned.
Hey, you have a little book. Yeah, you have a little guide here. I didn't know the complete solution. It's a free guide on the page. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a download for basically like a capabilities brochure that we, kind of covers the stuff that we offer through the cannabis vertical. So seed to sale, a lot of it, like I said earlier, is based around hardware. We do have a software partner that we've engaged, but then there's the service component, which is, something that we feel like we can really bring a lot of value to beyond the sale of the hardware.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm impressed. And you also have, let me just click over. Clearly, you're an established company with department store. I'll read a few: department store, gas stations, grocery stores, hotels. Actually, this last one is really what part of my book was with drugstores. And Jim, what I did in articulating my vision of sort of the whole supply chain from a technology point of view is I said that this industry actually mirrors the pharmaceutical industry very closely with tracking and traceability and lab testing and all the way down to the mom and pa. All the way down to the mom and pa, what do you call it? Pharmacy on Main Street, right?
Yeah, we have one here.
Yeah, it was a little bit uncanny. So, last question, because you're on the good stuff, and we definitely want to check in with you periodically. How can a managed services provider coming from our community, and you and I had a chat, and it was a fair chat, about what is a managed services provider, because quite frankly, the term MSP is misused, right? So it's important to level set. What are we talking about? Now that we've had that chat, I always like to end with how can we both make money? So how can you make money, and then how could my guys reach out to you and they can make money?
That's a good question. That's why we're all involved, right? So I mean, really, we're pretty much hardware centric around POS and some RFID solutions throughout the complete vertical, and service heavy on the retail side. So any sort of services that are based around dispensary or retail operations, we can help with installations. We can help with wiring. We can actually set up on-site management, maintenance, and schedule, like do project management stuff. So I guess what it would really be like is if there's anyone out there that's they're doing a project with a cannabis company, and it might be something to do with networking or telecommunications or security or something. And if they're wanting to try to find a way to do more, they could partner with us, and we could go in together. We could white label for them if they wanted, the services, the product.
They like that.
Or we could just go in as with a reference, type of thing, and work on some sort of, way to make that work for both of us, on a referral basis. And the same would go for us, where we would need something, if there's somebody who has an opportunity that we could actually offer back to the customers that we work with too, the same, it goes both ways kind of thing. So I would say that's the obvious way to do, to kind of work on something like that. Beyond that, I always say I'm open to every conversation there is in this industry, because it's evolving so quickly and so rapidly. You never know where the next opportunity is going to be. So if anyone wants to call or email me, I have an open door.
Yeah, and we'll provide that information down below as well. So, I appreciate your time, and you're hitting on a key. I'm going to end on this. I said I would end on that, and I'm going to end on this. Is that one of the key conversations the last year or two in our MSP partner community has been partner to partner. Microsoft's actually pushing that if you can imagine a old-timey server-side, big iron infrastructure guy, I probably don't know Dynamics CRM, right? You can't know it all. And so the whole notion of partner to partner is a huge push. I'd encourage you to carry that terminology forward, and folks that are listening, thank you for listening, and get your partner to partner hat on, and keep an eye on POS Remarketing Group out of Chicago. Jim, thanks for your time, and if you don't mind, we'll check in quarterly, because we're all in this together, right? You're going to have more stories to tell.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'd love to do it again. Thank you very much for having us, Harry.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you, you too.